Hey there, curious minds. Welcome to another episode of I Wonder, the show where we explore the questions you've been wondering about. Today's question comes from Misha, who asked, why do we have Christmas trees at Christmas? What a fun question, Misha. If you've ever stood in front of a beautifully decorated tree sparkling with lights and ornaments, you might have wondered, why a tree? Where did this tradition come from, and how did it become such a thing and part of Christmas celebrations? Let's dig into the history of Christmas trees and discover their roots. Womp womp, pun intended.
Wow. Ho, 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 ho.
Long before Christmas was celebrated, people were already using greenery to mark the winter season. In many ancient cultures, plants that stayed green during the coldest months symbolized life and resilience. The ancient Egyptians, for example, decorated their homes with green palm fronds to celebrate the winter solstice and to honor their sun god Ra. To them, greenery symbolized that life would return after the darkest days of winter.
Oh.
In Europe, the Celts and other pagan groups brought evergreen boughs into their homes during midwinter festivals like Yule. They believed that these plants had magical properties to protect their homes from evil spirits and bad luck. These early traditions weren't about Christmas, but about finding hope and connection to nature during the cold, dark winter. The idea of using entire trees as decorations seems to have originated in Germany. Almost 1,000 years ago, Germans were bringing small trees into their homes to celebrate Christmas. These early Christmas trees, or paradise trees, were often decorated with apples to represent the Garden of Eden and hung with wafers or sweets to symbolize the Eucharist. These trees were part of plays and religious traditions that were performed around Christmas time. Later, Germans began decorating their trees with candles, nuts, and gingerbread. In the 1500s, people started adding candles to a tree to recreate the twinkling of starlight on snowy nights. The Christmas tree didn't stay only a German tradition for long. By the 1800s, it began spreading to other parts of Europe. One major event was in the 1840s when Queen Victoria of England and her husband Prince Albert, who was German, published an illustration of their family gathered around a decorated tree in a British magazine. This quickly inspired families across England to adopt the tradition. In the United States, German immigrants brought the custom of Christmas trees with them. By the mid-19th century, Christmas trees were becoming common in American homes, often decorated with popcorn strings, handmade ornaments, and candles. Over time, the tradition grew, and by the early 20th century, electric lights made decorating trees safer and more dazzling than ever.
Yeah!
While the Christmas tree is closely tied to European and American traditions, the act of decorating trees is something humans have been doing for centuries. In ancient China, people hung ornaments on trees during festivals to honor their gods. In Rome, trees and greenery were adorned with symbols of Saturn, the god of agriculture, during Saturnalia. These early decorations were less about celebration and more about connecting with the divine.
Correct!
As the tradition of decorating Christmas trees evolved, the idea of decorating became more personal and festive. By the 19th century, families were using everything from fruit and nuts to candles and handmade trinkets to adorn their trees. Today, ornaments often carry memories and meaning, turning each Christmas tree into a reflection of the family that decorates it. But why the evergreen? You might be wondering why evergreen trees became the go-to choice for Christmas. Unlike most plants, evergreens like firs, pines, and spruces, true to their namesake, stay green all year round. In colder climates, they were some of the only plants available in winter, making them a practical choice. But beyond practicality, their ability to stay vibrant during the harshest months made them symbols of hope, renewal, and everlasting life. This symbolism resonated with many of the ancient and religious themes of Christmas. Today's Christmas trees are a mix of ancient traditions and modern creativity. Real trees still bring the scent and feel of nature into homes, but artificial trees have become popular for their convenience and reusability. Decorations have also changed over time. Electric lights, shiny tinsel, and themed ornaments have replaced the simple candles and fruits of the past. Some families decorate their trees to reflect milestones, like a baby's first Christmas, while others use heirloom ornaments passed down through generations. Public displays like the towering Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center in New York City have become symbols of community celebration and joy. Did you know that the first artificial Christmas trees were made of goose feathers and dyed green?
What?
Or that President Franklin Pierce put up the first Christmas tree in the White House in the 1850s?
Nope.
Here's another cool fact. In Canada, Nova Scotia is known for exporting millions of Christmas trees every year, earning it the nickname the Christmas tree capital of the world. And here's another fun fact. The world's tallest Christmas tree was over 67 meters tall.
Wow!
That's about as tall as a 20-story building, and it was displayed in Washington State in the 1950s. Christmas trees are more than just decorations. They're symbols of togetherness, celebration, and hope. When families gather to decorate a tree, they're not just creating something beautiful. They're building memories and connecting with centuries of history. The act of decorating, whether it's with popcorn strings or glittering ornaments, turns a simple tree into a magical centerpiece for the season. So, to answer Misha's question, we have Christmas trees at Christmas because they're part of a tradition that stretches back thousands of years. From ancient Egyptians and Romans to medieval Germans and Victorian England, trees and greenery have been symbols of life, hope, and renewal during the winter season. Over time, the Christmas tree has evolved into a beloved part of holiday celebrations around the world, bringing joy, light, and a sense of wonder to millions of homes.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Thanks again to Misha for such a festive question. And remember, if you have a question you're curious about, submit it on our website, iwonderpodcast.com, and we might just feature it in our next episode of I Wonder. Until next time, stay curious and keep wondering.